Welcome back to Trendscope, where we dive into captivating stories that have shaped the world we live in. Today, we're taking a deep dive into the astonishing tale of a man whose legal victory changed the very landscape of college football, leaving him with mixed feelings about the colossal transformation he set in motion. Imagine a time when college football was a realm of regional rivalries and familiar faces. But then, one man, Andrew Coates, stepped onto the scene and altered the course of history. In a groundbreaking legal battle before the U.S. Supreme Court in 1984, Coates persuaded the justices to unleash universities' ability to harness football revenue to its maximum potential. Little did he know, this triumph would become a double-edged sword. Fast forward to today, and we witness the aftermath of Coates' legal triumph. College sports conferences teeter on the edge of oblivion, while student-athletes brace themselves for grueling cross-country journeys. Yet, as we peel back the layers of this gripping story, we find a twist. Coates, the very architect of this upheaval, stands at a crossroads of remorse. In a candid interview with NBC News, Coates reveals the weight of his actions. "I think I screwed up college football across the board, because I think the case did it," he admits, his voice tinged with regret. The case he refers to, NCAA versus Board of Regents of the University of Oklahoma, was his triumph in court. The ruling, a resounding victory, shattered the confines that once held back universities and their conferences from pursuing lucrative TV deals. The consequences of this legal victory are felt to the core. The Pac-12, a conference with over a century of history, now stands at the brink of dissolution, reduced to a mere shadow of its former self. The landscape of college football has morphed into an ever-shifting maze of conference alignments, leaving fans bewildered and athletes burdened. As the dust settles, the voices of those directly affected come to the forefront. Notre Dame athletic director Jack Swarbrick laments the loss of focus on student athletes, while Oregon softball player Paige Sinicki reflects on the unexpected reality of cross-country games. The story isn't just about football. It's about the student athletes whose lives have been upended. Coates' victory unleashed a torrent of change, turning Saturdays into a spectacle of non-stop football, broadcast across the nation. The geographical boundaries once defining college sports have been obliterated, replaced by market-driven alignments that confound even the most skilled mapmakers. USC and UCLA's seismic shift to the Big Ten, for instance, triggered a domino effect that threatens the very existence of long-standing conferences. While Andrew Coates' influence cannot be denied, the story doesn't end with him. As Syracuse University professor Robert Thompson puts it, "It went from one game a week to eventually almost all games being on, and it annihilated the idea of geography." The landscape of college football was on a path of evolution, and Coates' victory accelerated it. As we close the chapter on this captivating saga, it's clear that college football, much like the world around us, is destined to evolve. Andrew Coates' actions may have triggered a seismic shift, but they weren't the sole catalyst. Change, as they say, is the only constant, and the legacy of this legal battle will continue to shape the gridiron and the lives of those who play on it. And so, dear viewers, we bid adieu with a reminder that even the most impactful stories are woven with threads of complexity and unintended consequences. Stay tuned for more eye-opening tales on Trendscope.